Hello, everybody. How are you? So, today we're going to be getting revenge on the Illigers with our brand new powerful equipment. Also, we've been eating this fish stew for a while now, so I've decided to change up our food source to pasta with mutton chops, which gives us nourishment, which I believe means we could go for a very long time without eating. It just requires some pasta, raw mutton chops, and then tomato sauce. And I have all of the ingredients to make it right here. So, let's get to it. Oh yeah, also, there's a surprise at the end of this episode where we're going to be making a special build. So step one, once again, we're going to need some more tomato sauce. So let's put our tomatoes in here, while at the same time, we're going to need some raw mutton chops. Yes, alright. So just put this in our offhand and just like that. Oh, one more. We also need to make ourselves some pasta. So if we come here and go like this and like this, we'll have some wheat dough, which I then believe we need to also cut up to get some raw pasta, which we're then going to be using. If you guys see my pesto video, then some of this process might be familiar to you. Put this here. We have ourselves a good amount of tomato sauce. I think we're going to want to have 12 bits. Or not 12. Actually, we're going to want 24. Now that we have all of our ingredients, we just have to place all of these in here. And start making our brand new food source, which we'll be having for a few more episodes. So, we can actually get rid of this fish stew and maybe use it when we're running out of food and want to agree on a new food source. I also want to make something called, I believe it was a fruit salad. If I search it up here, it should come up. Here we go. Fruit salad, which actually gives regeneration, though it does require berries, which I also have. And then it requires one more thing, which is pumpkin slices, which we actually haven't started growing, which is interesting. So we might actually have to get on that if we ever want to make this fruit salad, which does seem pretty good for PvP moments. Or not PvP, PvE. This is literally a single player server. I have no friends. Hello? While our food was cooking, I thought we should probably start making our enchantment area. So we can actually take all of our books here, and I also did collect some wood from our burning down forest, which I will be fixing, I promise. Do this, and that, and then we just need 15 bookshelves. So if we come here and 15. Boom. Now we just take all of this back, and I have an area for an enchantment room. We just come up here. We want this to be centered, I'm guessing, which it can't be. So maybe here. Can I center it here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I can center it. 1, 2. Just have to put it here. Like so. Bam. Like that. And this should be level 30. Yes. That is pretty good. And we can even add a grindstone and an anvil up here later on. But for right now, our food is ready. We still need to do a bit more prepping though. So if we come to our minerals, we're going to need 1 piece of iron to make a brand new shield. Like this, because our current shield is running out of durability. So we'll just keep this back here just in case. We need to figure out who or what structure we're going to go for first. Here we go. So, first thing we want to go for is the first Illager tower, because that one was a bit easier than the second one that I saw. So this is gonna be like our warm-up. We're gonna enable it, and we're gonna head there. I found another one of these houses where there's just like a trapped villager and then some pretty good loot. So I'm actually just gonna come here and take some stuff. But I don't think I'm gonna... Oh, I actually did forget my bed, so I'm gonna need this. I don't think I'm gonna actually save the villager this time, because I'm lazy. We have eyes on the structure. The enemy is near. So the plan is simple. Go in and beat the crap out of them. Let's go. That was easy. We just dodged a bunch of guys. We do have blocks, keep that in mind. Making camp. Alright. We're in. Glacial cross arrow. That's interesting. Let's keep going. Drop down. I feel like we're not really stealing heat from these guys. So these glacial arrows, I'm not too sure what they do. 2 different kinds of horns, that's fun. Hold on, let me test it. I don't know why, but I don't think I'm taking away heat from my enemies, even though that's what my sword's supposed to do. Let me fight this guy. I won't let him hit. Let's see. Is there a guy coming up to me? Oh, there. There we go. I'm not getting any warmer. Though we can use this campfire to heat up. Throw back to the first episode when we were here. I was continuing to search through the structure because I missed some chests. What is this? It looks far. But we might have to check this out sometime. Because that looks very interesting. This might also have something then. Just a bunch of arrows. Alright, we're looking upon the camp, and I have a game plan. So first of all, this flint steel is going to be good, because you can actually use it to heat yourself up if I get shot by the arrows. Also, I will be waiting until it's day, so it's a little more clear. I do have some TNT, which I could possibly use. We'll see what happens. But I think for the most part, this should go decently well. Though again, I'm waiting for it to become night because I can barely see in this weather right now. Alright boys, we're going in. Let's do this. In fact, I think... Is pre-gapping worth it? Oh, wait a minute. Is this the same ass structure? Oh god. Go, 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 go. Here. Alright. Hold on. We're fine. Okay. Warm up. Nicely done. My shield is crying, but we did it. Hold on. Yeah. Come in here, take their... Whoa. That's interesting. Check that out in a second. Oh, we actually need these. Pumpkins galore. We then went to the final and third structure where we took on an outpost that looks similar to this one, but with more challenges. Alright, I do know there's some shield-wielding guys that I'm gonna have to worry about. That's just a Vindicator. I can take him on. Actually, I can just bow him. Perimeter secured, and we are now making our way out. Uh-oh. What is he? Got him. We'll loot these later. Let's keep going. Got him. Got them. There's an entrapped villager. And nobody else. I find that hard to believe. Hold on. Yeah, I see more villagers on the mini-map. Where's this guy off to? Uh-oh. Got him. That wasn't incredibly hard, I'll be honest. If we go up here, there's an entrapped villager. This is your structure now. You're welcome. And over here, illusionary dust. Interesting. We have speed and invisibility potions. And some vines. And that's it. Alrighty, after 10 excruciating minutes of sorting, let's check out what we want to kind of take a look at. First of all, we have this gibberish, which takes us to a treasure of sorts, I'm guessing. But it could also be an even stronger structure that we may want to take on. We're going to probably need an elytra to find this, though, because that looks like it is very, very far away. We also have this smithing template, which can be duplicated with packed snow blocks and iron ingots. Fur padded chainmail leggings. Okay, so if you add this with fur padding along with chainmail armor, it gives it frost resistance, environmental frost resistance, and then some more armor, which is basically as good as iron armor, it seems. And to make fur paddings, you need a ton of wolf fur, which I have been collecting. And it seems like a pretty decent armor set, which we may want to think about making sometime. I do actually have a armor who does sell some chainmail armor, so maybe if we ever go back to a cold climate or want to find where this goes, we may want to bring that armor along with us. Finally, we have illusionary dust, which is used to make a hollow gem. We also need unusual dust, amethyst, and diamonds. We have most of these except for the unusual dust. What does this do? A horn of sight. I'm guessing that this probably reveals where Illigers are during a raid. Just seems like what that is. And if we do need the ponder goat horn, we do in fact have that. That is interesting. One last thing, we are going to be adding something new to our very, very mid bow. It's just going to be a punch enchantment, which will help keep mobs away from us, which I'm a big fan of. Alright, so, despite my promise in episode 4 of saying that I'd make a build for either the Nether or the Twilight Forest, I ran into a bit of an issue. The Twilight Forest doesn't exist in this version of Better MC, so we can't actually go there. And so I looked at what other dimensions there were, and there was actually the Bumble Zone as well. The issue is, because this is hardcore, I obviously did some background research, and it turns out that the Bumble Zone is incredibly dangerous if you want any of its worthwhile loot. and we just don't have the gear to do something like that. So we're just going to settle for the Nether, hence why I've gone a bunch of stuff to start building. Things like amethyst blocks, these really cool bookshelves that we got from the lumberjack or the woodworker, and all of the candles that we got from our adventures. We're going to use these to try and make a nice build, but we do also need some deep slate, which means going into the caves. And we also do need to return back to the village to get some more resources. So why don't we do that first? I was thinking we may as well also go ahead and actually place down the pumpkins that we got so that we can start making that salad bowl or whatever, since some additional regen for when we explore the Nether would be pretty useful, if I have to guess. So let's get half a stack of this and see how much ground this covers. All of it. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to the village. And of course it starts raining. Alright, just came back from the village. I sold them all of my onions. And I also got some more bookshelves as well as some warp ladders to stay on theme. So my idea for this build is I want to have an upstairs area where I'm going to store all of the loot that I get from the Nether so that my house's storage system doesn't get all cluttered up. And then the bottom area will have the Nether portal. I have these dark bookshelves because I think they'll be on theme, and I might put them in the storage area, and the candles will be paired with the amethyst in the actual Nether portal area, where I think I'm gonna have some on-theme candles like red and purple. Yeah. And maybe a bit of orange, since I got an orange candle as well. Alright, into the cave we go. I wonder if mobs have been pooling up since we've been here. I do have my Bane of Arthropod sword, just in case. That's a zombie. That's a lot of zombies. One is trapped, so... I heard a spider. Got him. The coast does seem to be clear. Let's get to mining. I'm gonna want at least 2 stacks. This may take a while. Guys, I just remembered about this amethyst geode we found. And while it does have smooth basalt, which is a block from the Nether, so we may as well use this in our build since it would be more on theme. Though I did also get the deep slate, and I was here to get a full stack of amethyst blocks just so that we have a surplus and we don't have to worry about coming back. I was thinking that we weren't going to be able to use any blocks for building with the botanist workshop to make this, but I think we can. This is sick. Like, seriously, I'm blown away that they're letting us make stuff with amethyst. I mean, this looks crazy good. If we could find something to do with the Nether in here, that would be awesome. Or something that gives a magic vibe. Oh boy, I'm going to get busy with this thing in a second. And we will also be taking the stone cutter, because we can't make anything besides what deep slate already offers. So my idea is I want to make some kind of a circular structure. So let's get these down. The flooring will be made of amethyst, so we don't have to worry about taking something out yet. But for the circular structure, I'm guessing we probably want to use deep slate. The inside will be more nether-like, I suppose, since we don't have too much of a nether-like material. So looking here, I feel like polished deep slate is definitely the move for a good portion of this. So let's get half a stack of polished deep slate. Or, sorry, tiled deep slate. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, now you get it right. And then we're going to get 16 bricks, which I do want to incorporate just a little. We'll definitely be using some walling as well to trim out the edges. So let's make a bit of a circular shape, if we can. Like so. Place this here, do that. You know, I'm a fan of this so far. Yeah, and then I know what I'm going to do for the edges, though we're definitely going to need more deep slate than what I've collected, which, mildly unfortunate, but hey, we'll deal with it. Alright, quick progress update. I have built up the tower to the height I want it to be at, and I've also decided on polished walls as the trim on the outside. These windows will in fact be iron bars. And I also want to pick the type of amethyst we're going to use for the flooring. So let's put this in. That's the wrong workbench. Okay, so if we look over here, we need to find something that gives us a bit of a nether vibe, I'm guessing. So, correct. This doesn't look too bad. Lodestone. That doesn't look half bad. Curly, whoa. Maybe not a nether vibe, though. Honestly, I like the lodestone design. So, why don't we do this? We're only going to do a 16. And load. Bang. We got 16 of these beauties now. So, I'm going to try it out along with our polished smooth basalt, which I'm pretty sure we can't use in here. No, and we also probably can't use in here. Does that say basalt bricks? I swear that just says basalt bricks. Hold on. Let me sleep. Alright. Let's put this in here. And, why does the texture look like that? Oh boy. Oh, I like that. Oh, baby, I like that. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang. The nether portal will go here. I think it's gonna go into the ground. It would just look cooler in my opinion. New pickaxe. You may not like it, but I do. I really, really like it. Oh, and we gotta keep it like that. That's way too cool of a design, right? Oh yeah, we gotta keep it like that. Okay, hold on. If we come here, fill this out. Alright, progress update. Things are going pretty well. If we look at this, this is our upstairs floor. And this is our downstairs floor. As you can see, we've done a decent amount of progress. I have come up with a bit of a roof design, but I do need to get more deep slate to really finish this thing off. I've also added our kind of windows in, as in our iron trap. What are these? Iron bars. Yeah, we added in some iron bars. Now we just need lighting, and again, more deep slate, which I think you all know where I unfortunately have to go to get more of. Now for here, I really want to do something, well, let's just say interesting. Though I did forget my amethyst, which I need if I want to do said interesting thing. I am so good at this whole YouTube thing. Come in here, and we're gonna do something like this. As you enter, you'll be met Let me just find something better than just regular amethyst, though. Something that looks a little more mystical. And cobbled may be my... Oh. Carved amethyst. That looks pretty good, too. I think the candle would actually fit very well on that. Let's take... Actually, let's turn these 4 pieces that we're never going to use into the carved amethyst, if we can find it again. Oh, runic looks even cooler. Hold on, we're gonna make that first. That looks sick. If you come here... Oh, yeah. And then we kind of want this to be floating. It's like the powers of the portal or something. I'm not that creative. This has to go 1 down, I believe. Is that a wandering trader? Oh, hey! Lotus flowers, cypress sapling, desert grass, redstone sand. Hold up. This guy has some decent stuff. Quick break. I kind of want this. Yeah, we're a few shorts. We're just gonna... We're probably just gonna trade some wood, right? Yeah. We're about to get ourselves a new wood type and a new flower. If this guy doesn't despawn the second I get to him, that is. Oh yeah, and obviously, we get his leads as well, right? So, we're gonna take one of these and all the lotus flowers he'll give me. And then we just... Gee, what happened to your guys? Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. So apparently, this tree type literally only gives me new types of leaves and not even a new wood type. So somebody's got to pay the price for those 5 emeralds. And I think his life will do just fine. Right, guys? So I'm about to get a diamond pick to go mine some obby. And I thought you guys may as well see what I'm going to put on it. Or what I get on it. So let's see. We need to grab our very low supply on low supply of diamonds, and come here, do the... Oh yeah, but we can probably find that in a loot chest. I did get a leather version of that earlier on in this episode. Alright, come up here. We can get unbreaking too. Stunning. Can we get like a base thing on the crossbow and then try and re-roll that? Let's see. Efficiency 2. Okay, we have an efficiency 2 diamond pick. Lucky us. And an unbreaking on crossbow. Alright, why don't I give you guys a grand tour before we light up this portal? So, the entryway is well secured with an iron door. As we walk through, we see some very nice patterns on the floor and some nice effects with candles. As we go up our warped ladder, we come to our storage room where we also have some nice dark bookshelves, which I think fit well in our theme, as well as a chest room which will fill up with all of our loot that we get from the Nether. And believe me, with the better Nether mod installed and other mods, we are definitely going to see a lot. So, without further ado, why don't we light up this portal?